Fellas, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to be running through the cost of living in Buenos Aires, Palermo specifically, on a monthly basis. Now, I've already done a video on this about 10 months ago, but as you know, this is Argentina. Economy's kind of crazy and things have changed. So prices have definitely gone up, and I'm going to break through, what that looks like at the moment. So in terms of the situation with accommodation, guys, I'm just booking Airbnbs, and I prefer to be in Palermo, Soho, which is this area here. And basically, I just think, this is the main zone that most digital nomads go to, most tourists are at. And, it's just good vibes all around, really good restaurants and cafes. In terms of the setup I do prefer being in the middle part here, just because I have a good gym, there's a good supermarket, and there's a Western Union close by. Ideally, I set myself up for convenience. So if I have to pay more for that, I'll do so. Basically in this area, you're going to get a pretty good spot for anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 a month. And then, once you start going outside of this zone, you definitely find cheaper as well. So that's up to you what you want to do, but this is kind of what I follow. Now, the other thing as well is I always usually book a month because I get a discount with Airbnb. Now, in terms of your food, guys, you're looking at big ranges here depending on how much you eat out. Okay, so for me, it's anywhere between $780 to $1,180 per month. And in terms of just me getting my food from the supermarket and not eating out, looking at around, my diet's super simple. I just eat basic shit and eat the same thing every day. So this is just to give you a rough guide in terms of, what I'm doing. Now, two kilograms of steak is costing me about $35 a week, and that gives me about 6 steaks for the week. Now, groceries, you're looking at, your fruit, veg, eggs, yogurt. In my case, that's about 60 a week. So all in all, guys, I'm spending around $380 per month if I'm just cooking and eating my basic meals. So I'm eating pretty well. However, it's super simple. That's kind of, what you're looking at there. Now, this is the big if when it comes to prices in Buenos Aires. If you go out and you eat out, this is where you're going to break the bank. This is really the only thing that's changed. So if you're willing to come here and not eat out as much, you're definitely going to be on the lower ranges. But if you want to eat out with friends or go out, all this type of shit, you're going to expect a lot more in terms of what you're willing to have to pay here. So in terms of restaurants, cafes and whatnot, for me personally, I'm spending around $100 to $200 per week, which is about $400 to $800 per month. Now, it's super easy to spend $35 to $50 on a dinner. If you go on a date with a chick, easily you could spend $100 to $150 on a date, no questions. Going to a cafe, it's like $5 for a coffee. If I'm going to a cafe and getting a coffee and a croissant, that's like $12, $13, $14. So it's kind of crazy, guys. Probably more than Australia at this point in terms of eating out. But that's really the only thing that's made Argentina that's more expensive. Outside of that, it's pretty similar to last year. Now, in terms of the gym, I go to Always Gym. I think being around this gym is probably the best setup personally. I do find it quite hard to find good gyms in Argentina. This one does the job for me personally. It's $45 per month. Now, in terms of your travel, guys, you're not really going to be taking that many Ubers if you're in this area. But let's just say you take 4 a week. You're looking at around $5 a trip. So that's about $20 a week. And then your laundry. I don't do my laundry. I just pay for it to get done. That's about $8 a week. So in terms of that, it's adding up to about, $130, $140. And then with your total, guys, so I'm spending around $2.2K per month. Okay. Now, ranges are going to differ depending on how much you eat out. As I said, I think you could easily do this for about $1,600 to $1,800 if you maybe got a cheaper Airbnb, didn't eat out. And I think you'd still live a good life, honestly. So, if you're eating out, you're going out more often, if you go out way more than me and you don't want to cook, expect $3,000 to $3.5K per month, honestly, because it's just going to be a crazy amount to eat out. Obviously, going to the bars, cafes, things like that, it's just going to add up over a monthly basis. Now, compared to last year, outside of the whole restaurant thing, the prices have only gone up like $200 to $300 a month. But yes, if you eat out, then it's more like $800 to $1,200. It's gone up. So just keep that in mind, guys. Hopefully that makes sense. It really depends on the situation, how you live your life. I think you can still do Buenos Aires, specifically Palermo, quite cheaply if you're smart about it If you want to live outside Palermo, obviously you can do that as well. But yeah, really the only thing that matters and the only thing that's going to jack up your prices in terms of your cost of living is how much you're going to go spend money on food and drinks. That's literally it. So any questions, guys, let me know. I have other videos on how to get set up here. I'll probably make another one as well for like my more like convenient setup, how I'm able to do that and the location I put myself in. But yeah, any questions, put them in the comments, and see you in the next video. Peace.